Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our Cism classes, where we embark on a journey to explore two pivotal pillars of information security management, that is, organization culture and legal, regulatory, and contractual requirement. Friends, these classes are designed to equip you with the essential insight strategies and the best practices to navigate the dynamic realm of the cybersecurity. Friends, as the technology evolves, understanding the impact of culture and compliance is the key. So, friends, let's dive in, empowering you with the knowledge for a secure digital world. Right? Let's start with the first, that is organization culture. Friends, organization culture is a fundamental aspect of information security management. It encompasses values, behavior, and the shared belief within a company, impacting how these security practices are embraced. Right? So, friends, understanding and shaping this culture is essential for maintaining effective cybersecurity measures and ensuring compliance with industry standards and regulation. So, friends, let's start and let's understand in a much more easier way. So, first it is information security and culture. Friends, information security within an organization is significantly influenced by the cultural aspect of the enterprise. This culture encompasses organizational behavior, formal and informal structures, attitudes, norms, teamwork, turf issues, and geographic dispersion. Right? Next, that is individual influence on culture. Friends, the culture of an enterprise is shaped by the backgrounds, work ethics, value experience, filters, blind spots, and life perception of the individuals working within it. This diversity of individual perspective contribute to the overall organization culture. Right? Next point is about the importance of considering culture. Right? Friends, regardless of whether an enterprise culture was intentionally designed or evolved over time, it plays a crucial role in determining roles and responsibilities related to the information security. So, friends, recognizing and understanding the existing culture is essential for effective security management. Right? Friends, these points highlight the interplay between the information security, organization culture, and individual contribution within an enterprise context. Next is about the importance of interpersonal skill. Friends, information security encompasses both logical and analytical activities, but establishing a positive security culture within an organization relies heavily on good interpersonal skill. Right? So, friends, building relationship, fostering teamwork, and influencing attitude towards security all require effective communication and people skill. Right? Next will be role of information security program manager. Friends, a skilled information security program manager recognizes the significance of developing both logical or analytical skill and interpersonal skill. So, this duality is essential for effective management as it involves not only technical aspect but also creating a security aware culture within the organization. Next, that is communication and individual involvement. Friends, to establish a security aware culture, all individuals within the organization, regardless of their role or level, must understand the importance of their role in protecting information assets. So, these necessitates planning effective communication, participation in committee and projects, and addressing the specific need of end users and managers. Right? Friends, communication should answer questions like why is in it for me and why should I care for every individual, and messages should be tailored accordingly. Right? Friends, these all points what we have discussed emphasizes the multifaceted nature of information security, right? Which highlighting the role of interpersonal skills, the program manager responsibilities, and the importance of effective communication and individual involvement in fostering a security conscious culture, right? Moving next, let's discuss about the next topic, that is indicators of successful security culture. Friends, in this, some indicators of successful security culture are information security department being brought into projects at appropriate time, end user knowing how to identify and report incidents, the enterprise ability to identify the security manager, and people knowing their role in protecting the information asset of the enterprise and integrating information security into their daily practices. Friends, in this, the four things we have identified, that is first, that is timely involvement. Second, end user knowing how to identify, that is user awareness. We can achieve through awareness training. Third, the enterprise ability to identify and security manager, that is clear security leadership, which we can go ahead with senior management commitment. And at last, we have found about the people knowing their roles in protecting the information assets, which we can say that is a role clarity, right? Friends, one indicator of successful security culture is when the information security department is involved in projects at the appropriate time, right? So we can say that the timely involvement is as much important as in the security culture, right? This suggests that the security considerations are integrated into early stages of the project, right? Similarly, when end users are knowledgeable about how to identify and report security incidents, it reflects a strong security culture, right? This indicates that users are vigilant and proactive in safeguarding the organization assets. Similarly, clear security leadership. Friends, the enterprise ability to identify the security manager is another indicator, right? So, a successful security culture ensure that roles and responsibility in security management are well defined and the security manager is recognized. And at last, that is clarity of the roles we can achieve through training targeted toward roles. Friends, in a strong security culture, individuals within the organization know their roles and responsibilities in protecting the information assets. They are aware of how they contribute to the security and integrate security practices into their daily routines. So these indicators highlight a culture where a security is not just a department responsibility but is embedded through the organization, involving everyone in safeguarding the information assets. Right? Moving next. Next we'll study about general rules of use and acceptable use policy. Friends, the acceptable use policy is essential for promoting a risk-aware and a secure enterprise culture by outlining acceptable and prohibited behavior in everyday language. It should be effectively communicated to all users, including new personnel with information access to ensure understanding and compliance. Friends, in this the important word which we have gone through is acceptable and prohibited behavior. Friends, in a workplace, let's understand with the help of example, right? Let's understand in a workplace, acceptable behavior might include treating colleague with the respect, right? Not sharing the confidential information outside organization and following company policy and procedures, right? Second, that is understanding required activities, right? Required activities for an employee could involve completing a successful set of tasks within a given time frame, attending mandatory training sessions, and using company approved software and tools for their work, right? Similarly, it states about the prohibited behavior. Friends, explicitly prohibited actions could encompass sharing sensitive customer data on social media, or using company resources for personal gain, or engaging in any form of harassment or discrimination, right? And that last, that is new personal with information access. Friends, when a new employee joins a company, they should receive a copy of acceptable use policy during their onboarding process, along with any other relevant documentation and training, right? So friends, in this paragraph, we found that it emphasizes the importance of defining acceptable behavior, required activities, and prohibited actions within an organization through an acceptable use policy, right? We have seen that this paragraph stressed the need for clear and straightforward communication of these policies to all participants, especially new personnel, to foster a risk aware and a secure enterprise culture, right? Let's discuss further ahead. Now, the following general rules we have will discuss. That first, about the clear behavior guidelines. Second, user friendly summary. Third will be the obligation and responsibilities. Fourth, effective communication. And fifth is universal applicability. Sixth, comprehensive rules. Next, security baselines, supplemental information, email and internet usage, enforcement and compliance, and collaboration with HR and compliance. Let's discuss one by one. That is first, that is clear behavioral guidelines. Friends, an acceptable use policy is essential to establish clear behavior guidelines within the organization, right? It defines what action and behavior are acceptable, required, or prohibited concerning information assets, right? Next, that is user friendly summary. Friends, these policy should be user friendly and concise, making it easy for all the participants to understand what they should and should not do in everyday terms, right? Next, that is obligation and responsibilities. Friends, the policy should outline the obligation and responsibility of all users regarding the organization information assets. This clarity help in promoting responsible behavior, right? Next, effective communication. Friends, it is crucial to effectively communicate the acceptable use policy to all users. This includes ensuring that all employees read and understand the policy to maintain a consistent understanding of acceptable behavior, right? Next, about the universal applicability. Friends, the policy should be provided to all new personnel, regardless of their employment status, who will have access to the information assets. This ensures that everyone who interacts with the sensitive information is aware of the rules and responsibility, right? Friends, an acceptable use policy is a vital tool for creating a risk aware and a secure enterprise culture by providing a clear guideline and expectations for all users regarding information assets, right? Moving further ahead, let's discuss about the comprehensive rules. Friends, the rule of use typically encompasses a wide range of policies and standards, including access control, document classification and handling, reporting requirements, disclosure constraints, mobile computing, unlawful uses, and enforcement. Right? Next, that is security baseline. Friends, these rules establish a general security baseline for the entire enterprise. They set the standard for how personnel should interact with document and information to maintain security and compliance. Next, that is supplemental information. Friends, in addition to these general rules, specific groups within the enterprise may require supplemental or additional guidelines tailored to their responsibilities. These customizations ensures that the security measures are aligned with the specific need and risk of each department or role. Moving further ahead, let's discuss about the email and the internet usage. Friends, the rule of use may also include guidelines for email and internet usage. These guidelines help in maintaining security, data integrity, and compliance when using communication and online resources. Next is the enforcement and compliance. Friends, adherence to the rules of use is vital for maintaining security and compliance. Enforcement mechanism and consequences for non-compliance are typically outlined within these rules to encourage responsible behavior. Right? Friends, the rules of use provide a comprehensive framework for maintaining security and compliance within an enterprise. They establish a baseline while allowing for customization to meet the specific need of different group or department. Moving last, that is collaboration with HR and compliance. Friends, the information security manager should collaborate with the human resource department and or the compliance department to ensure that the new hires acknowledge their understanding of and commitment to fully comply with the acceptable use policy. This emphasizes the importance of the collaborative approach to enforce compliance with the acceptable use policy among new hires, with HR and compliance department playing a crucial role in the process. Right? Friends, hope you have understood the acceptable use policy. Let's moving further ahead. We'll discuss about the ethics and the conduct consideration. Friends, ethic training in enterprises, that is first, many enterprises implement ethic training to provide guidance on what is considered legal and appropriate behavior. Right? Friends, this is particularly important for the individuals involved in the sensitive activities such as monitoring user activities, penetration testing, and accessing personal data. Right? Next, that is avoid conflict of interest. Friends, information security personnels must be sensitive to potential conflict of interest and activities that may be perceived as detrimental to the enterprise. Right? This includes self-dealing, accepting gifts, improper influence, multiple employment, and misuse of corporate asset for personal gains. Next, that is integration with the privacy and data protection. Friends, objective and activities related to the ethical behavior should be coordinated with the privacy and data protection to ensure a consistent and comprehensive approach. Right? Friends, data ethics framework can help to define process for responsible data use. Right? Next, that is leading by example. Friends, information security manager play a crucial role in setting an example by sharing and adhering to their own ethical standards. This include following established ethical codes such as ISACA Code of Professional Ethics to guide professional and personal conduct. And last, that is Code of Conduct Acknowledgement. Friends, all information security personnel should refer to and acknowledge the enterprise code of conduct or a similar organizational policy. Right? This helps them to identify and report potential conflict of interest and their signed acceptance of the code, right, should be a part of their employee records, right. Friends, the point we have discussed, this point underscore the importance of ethical training, right, maintaining ethical standards and the role of information security personnels in fostering a culture of ethical behavior within the organization, right. Let's move further ahead. Let's discuss about the legal, regulatory and contractual requirement. Friends, information security is inevitably intertwined with the questions of privacy, intellectual property, and contractual, public, civil, and criminal law. Any effort to design and implement an effective information security strategy must be built on a solid understanding of the pertinent legal requirement and restriction, right? In order to create the effective information security strategy, friends, the information security manager must gather as much information as possible about the legal requirement and restrictions related to the information security, right. Friends, this is because information security is intertwined with the question of privacy, intellectual property, and contractual, civil, and criminal law. Friends, different regions in a global enterprise may be governed by conflicting laws, which may require the establishment of different security strategies for each regional division or basing policy on the most restrictive requirement to be consistent across the enterprise, right. Friends, because laws and regulation vary across the globe, enterprise may need to first establish different security strategies based on the region they operate and set policies on the most restrictive requirement for consistency. Friends, to discuss to define a comprehensive security strategy, organization can update their cybersecurity strategies to reduce tool sprawl and streamline management. A successful information security strategy should be holistic, risk aware, and align with the goal and the strategies of the organization. It should also consider the full spectrum of information security, including people, process, and technology, and understand that the security decision should be made based on the security risk facing the organization, not just on the best practices. Right? Friends, organization can also partner with the HR to develop an information security resourcing strategy, focusing on unique challenges or recruiting retaining the necessary skills. Right? Next, that they treat compliance as any other risk. Friends, extent of compliance is a business decision made by the senior management. Use of automated GRC tool to help maintain a comprehensive catalog of legal and regulatory requirement. Right? Friends, from the perspective of the information security manager, a regulatory compliance should be treated as any other risk, and the extent of compliance is ultimately a business decision that must be made by senior management with input as to risk and potential impact. Right? Corporate legal document are often primarily focused on contracts and securities or company stock related matters, and they may not be directly tracking regulatory requirements. Therefore, the information security manager should not rely on the legal department to identify them. Typically, the impacted department will be the most knowledgeable about the legal and regulatory issues. Right? Friends, to ensure clarity on the enterprise official position on legal requirement that have security implication, it is prudent for the information security manager to request legal review and interpretation of such requirement. That is GRC, that is governance, risk and compliance, automated capabilities may assist with maintaining a comprehensive catalog of legal and regulatory requirement. The Information Security Manager may also be required to support legal standards related to privacy of information and transactions, the collection and handling of audit records, email retention policies, incident investigation procedures, and cooperation with the legal authorities. Friends, legal issues must be taken into careful consideration whenever an employee of the enterprise is investigated or monitored, or when disciplinary action is taken for inappropriate behavior. Because legal and regulatory requirements differ considerably in different region and jurisdiction, it is prudent to engage the HR and legal department prior to taking such actions. Right? So friends, the strategy must also take into consideration the personal safety is a priority and subject of regulation in many jurisdictions. Right? Moving further ahead, let's discuss about the content and retention requirement. Right? First is the protection of business records. Right? This content and the retention requirement contain the important information about managing business records within the information security strategy. Right? In this, the first point is protection of business records. Friends, business records are a significant component of the information that the security strategy aims to protect. It is essential for the information security manager to understand the specific requirements associated with these records. Right? Let's understand it with an example. Business records can include financial statement, customer data, patient records, and engineering information. Friends, these records hold sensitive and valuable information that need to be protected from unauthorized access, alteration, or loss. Right? Next, that is understanding the business requirement. Friends, the Information Security Manager, as part of strategy development, need to comprehend the business requirement related to all types of enterprise records. Right? Legal department representatives can assist in identifying records that must be safeguarded for confidentiality, integrity, and availability. Let's understand, make it more clear with the help of example. Friends, an information security manager must understand the specific need of the business related to data retention. For instance, in the healthcare industry, patient record may have the different retention requirement compared to a manufacturing company engineering data. Right? Next, that is legal and regulatory requirement. Friends, legal affair representative can provide the valuable insight into the legal and regulatory requirement pertaining to the enterprise document, including electronic messages and the files. Friends, some businesses have internal reason for retaining data longer than legally required. For example, a company dealing with the historical customer record might need access to data that is more than a decade old for market analysis or for legal reason. Right? Next, that is business specific need. Friends, business requirement for data retention may go beyond the legal and the regulatory requirement, especially in the industry where long-term access is necessary. To include, we can say that the customer record and the patient record and the engineering record. Right? And at last, that is retention policy and compliance. Friends, the enterprise data retention strategy must meet at a minimum or the legal requirement within the relevant jurisdiction and industry. The strategy should also consider the need to stay compliant with the various regulations, including mandatory retention requirements such as those under the Sarbanes-Oxley Act. Friends, a good retention policy would specify how long a different type of data should be retained, ensuring compliance with the legal requirement and the business need. It may also include a clause for destruction of data no longer required. Friends, in this we have studied that the need for a well-structured data retention policy or indexing archive information for efficient retrieval and careful consideration of the duration of retention, especially for email and electronic communication. It also underscores the importance of working with applicable department and maintaining certificates of destruction to ensure compliance with secure disposal requirement when media is eradicated by authorized third party. Friends, hope you have understood this lecture. Here we come to the end of part 3 chapter 1. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more updates. Thank you.